business owners and executives from around the Valley. This is Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza.
Good morning and thank you for watching Business Leaders. My name is Lance Cardoza. We'd like to thank our sponsor for making Business Leaders possible every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. right here on KMPH Fox 26. Flooring Liquidators made this episode possible and all the episodes here on Business Leaders and the sponsors of the show throughout our program. On the program today, Miles Harris, good friend of mine, and the law offices of Miles Harrison. You're right downtown Fresno, the heart of Fresno, Miles. And we both have this excitement for downtown Fresno, excitement for family, and we've been good friends over the years.
We've been friends for years. It's great to see you again, Lance.
Yeah, thank you. We don't get to see each other that much anymore. We used to have offices real close to each other in downtown Fresno.
We did, but we both seem to be able to keep busy, which is probably good for us both.
Exactly, staying busy. So Miles, recently you're an attorney, a defense attorney, a family law attorney, and those two categories of the business of law, you've won some prestigious awards.
Yeah, I actually was quite proud of it, Lance. Recently I was awarded Fresno Bee's Best of Central California for criminal defense. And that meant a lot because it wasn't one of these awards they send you in the mail and you send them a check.
Yeah, exactly. There's plenty of those awards.
This was, the people of Central California voted. And it was a voting period that went on. And so that meant an awful lot to me. I also received the award, I believe it was second place, for family law as well.
Family law as well. Which really coincides. Coincides in your business.
It does with my practice. My practice is primarily criminal defense, but family law has a soft spot for me. Family issues cross into criminal law all the time. And when it comes to kids, I'm a dad, and my kids are very important, and I understand that when it comes to family law issues and working through the child custody issues.
And it's very important if someone's looking for an attorney, a defense attorney, family law attorney, that's someone that can understand maybe what they're going through. And maybe you're watching Business Leaders right now here on KMPH and you go, that's me, and I need to talk to somebody. That's what you do real well, and I've seen you talk to some of your clients have come in, and maybe they've come to you for several different things over the years, and they feel this sense of family with you, and they refer a lot of different people that need your help.
And my practice is primarily referral based, and that's because once I work with people, I've helped them out, we get so close that they become part of my family. Even some of my criminal defense clients, I consider them like children. And sometimes some of my work I'm doing with them is a lot like being a parent.
Yeah, being a parent. A lot of times can be settled out of court.
Correct.
And maybe they see a sense of trust and guidance through you that helps them be a better community, people of our community, the fabric of this community, by having a good attorney on their side.
And what happens is a lot of times, whether it's family law issues or in criminal defense, when people come to me, they're in trauma mode.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what maybe other players in the process don't understand. Okay. Mm-hmm. They don't understand their tone. They don't understand their attitude. They don't understand that they're upset. Okay. But they're in trauma mode. Either their kids have been taken away, or they're fighting for their kids, or their freedom's been taken away. They're fighting for their freedom. Mm-hmm. So there needs to be kind of a general understanding, okay, when somebody's going through this, and be able to let them separate the trauma from getting the result that they want.
You've seen a lot in the years, and I don't want to label you as you've been in the courtroom for years, but you've seen a lot over the years. Has there anything that's just shocked you, or is it like every day there's something new in your line of business?
I think every day there's something new, and the crazy thing about the law is that it changes.
Yeah.
It changes. Okay, and especially in the criminal justice realm, it's constantly changing. Yeah. The punishment structure is changing. The shift of some of the extra services that are offered is changing. Mm-hmm. Things that were illegal yesterday or were crimes yesterday aren't crimes today. Okay, this, when it comes to the marijuana debate, for example, okay, and how we treat some of those things. The mental health components, okay. We now have a lot of programs in the courts, mental health diversion, they call it, behavioral health court, where we try and zero in when those issues are part of the case so that they're treated appropriately. And we need to do that when mental health is a big contributing factor to a case. We need to recognize that and handle it appropriately.
And a lot of times, do you see that as an issue sometimes with some of the large criminal cases?
I do. You know, and I think where it is legitimately a part of the case, it needs to be handled as such.
Yeah, and there's programs out there for
there
people, and I think that's with a good attorney too. They can help guide you in that situation if you identify those issues before it even gets to court. You'd be able to help somebody that way, and that's what I've noticed about you. So these awards it meant a lot to you when you received them when the Fresno Bee put that out, and that's the best of Central Valley, because I got that correct, in family law and also criminal defense. And what was that like when you got that announcement? You knew people were voting for you, and I know a lot of people were talking about it on social media. That's how I heard about it. There was a lot of stir. Were you surprised and not surprised by the people that just rised up to help you out?
Well, I found out about halfway through. Was the crazy thing.
You're just busy.
Because people were telling me, they said, you've been nominated. You know, and I said, what? Yeah. You know, and I had to go look, and sure enough, I was on this list for, you know, for criminal defense, and you know, and I responded and kind of let some people know at that point. I think it was, you know, a good quarter or third of the way through the voting process, but I said, hey, man, I'm on this list, but the family law one surprised me as well. So that, you know, that meant a lot, because that means that my clients and other people in the community that have seen me do that type of work knows how dear that is to me. So that meant a lot.
And we're going to take a short break in just a moment, Miles, but you mentioned family law, and you have children of your own, and family is very important to you, and I know you bring that into your business and when taking care of families. A lot of times you encourage the family to be there when you're talking with them about their case. So that's something about you. So I want to talk to you about that what part of you brings that to the surface, where family is very important. And I know, having the little ones, because I see it all the time, you share these experiences that I can understand as a father too. So when we come back, we want to talk about that and more with Miles Harris on today's episode of Business Leaders here on KMPH Fox 26. Don't go away. More to come. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Business Leaders. My name is Lance Cardoza. We're right here in the studios here at KMPH Fox 26. I want to remind you, if you want to catch this episode with Miles Harris, attorney at law, or other episodes of Business Leaders, go to businessleaders.tv, where you can scan the QR code on the screen and it'll take you right there to the website. Also, it's that time of the year where we're collecting nominations for the 40 Under 40. And you go to 40, the letter U, 40.com, and you can put in your nomination, 250-word description of why you feel the person deserves to be honored in the 40 Under 40. And talking about the 40 Under 40, you were a fellow honoree in the classes of 40 Under 40 here in Fresno.
That's a great program that you have, Lance. That was a ton of fun.
Oh yeah.
I remember that, and I think it gives a good opportunity to kind of have these young individuals that are making a name for themselves kind of get it out there further and share with the community what they're about. So that's a fond memory. That's a real fond memory.
I think a lot of times, and a lot of the people that get honored with the 40 Under 40, every time we make that call that you've been selected by your peers, and we have alumni members select a new class of the 40 Under 40 every year, there's always a sense of, oh, there's always somebody better than me. There's somebody else, and you don't really, for me, really? And that's when you know you found a great honoree. And then you get the ones that are just so excited because it's been a thing that they've earned to earn and be a part of that group. Not only for the award and the recognition, but I think for that camaraderie. That night, to have that same group of like-minded people in one room, driven people, and people that give to their community and very supportive of some civic leadership. It's just a great experience, and I know you experienced that with the 40 Under 40.
Most definitely, that's a great program.
So I want to remind everybody, you go to 40, the letter U 40, make sure you put a nomination in today. So talking about peers, talking about young people, talking about youth, and we're talking about you being a father and very supportive of family, and also for young people that find themselves getting into things they probably shouldn't be getting into later in life because maybe they didn't have that support or a father figure, mother figure. Somebody was missing in their life.
And yes, Lance, parent skill building is super important to me. Okay? And in any of my cases, whether it's a family law case or it's a criminal law case, if they're parents, I send them to a parenting course. It's not court ordered, it's Attorney Miles Harris ordered, okay? Because there's one mantra that I have, and I share with clients and friends alike. There's no such thing as a perfect parent. Yeah. There's no such thing as a perfect parent. Anybody who's a parent can always be a better parent.
Yeah. And we all make mistakes.
Right, and if you get one little thing out of that parenting course, okay, then you're a better parent. Yeah. Okay? So I encourage parenting courses. I also encourage anger management courses. I don't have an anger problem. Look, if you learn how to meditate, you'll benefit. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything. So those are two things. But more importantly, because of kind of my big focus on father skill building, I work with NFI. NFI are those late night commercials with the kids double dutching.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
They've been around for years, but it's the National Fatherhood Initiative. They've got a lot of programs that help father skill building, from the most basic to working with incarcerated dads to working with people when they get out of prison. So my give back, I fund father skills training programs with various organizations throughout the Central Valley that utilize National Fatherhood Initiative programs. Okay, wow. One in particular is called Fathering in 15. That's a program on a mobile platform. It's 10 to 12 lessons. They take you about 15 minutes. You can do them on your mobile phone or on a computer. Okay? And they're just basic life lessons and father skill lessons. Okay? But important things that sometimes even us that have been fathers for years may forget. Yeah. Always good to have a refresher.
Yeah, and like you said, there's like laws change.
Yeah.
Parenting changes. Technology changes.
Well, and Lance, as you know, generations, okay? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We know what we grew up with, okay? Yeah. Now I know what I can't get away from my kids' face sometimes, okay? I remember my first cell phone. I'm not going to tell you when that was, or date myself, but...
Was it a brick with a little antenna? Yeah, okay. Yeah. I had it. I had the bag phone. I remember a Facebook post, and I'm sure those of you who are watching at home, you saw this post, and it said, what phone did you grow up, what generation? So they had maybe 30 different little phones, and I was looking going, my phone's not even on here. I'm way above the oldest the phone. I was probably 4 generations past that with a bag phone. So time goes by fast, technology moves in a nanosecond, and our youth are thrusted into that.
Right.
And I see the days of being in a classroom and having somebody pass a note and the teacher read it in front of class, and what pressure you felt at that time from that, it was huge pressure. You didn't want that to feel that again. That happens in a nanosecond every day through social media and the peer pressures that we're getting with youth. So if the youth doesn't have that strong parent at home, and we're not our children's friends, but we're a parent and responsible for them. So through that initiative, and I applaud you for taking that on, in your line of business. Thank especially. You. Yeah. And through your line of business, and we got about a minute here, we'll take a short break, excuse me, and then we'll come back again. But it starts at home. A lot of the issues that you see, especially in criminal defense, family law, a lot of it just starts at home, and it's simple skill building sometimes.
It most definitely does, and it's not to say anything against any parents, but there's different family structures, there's different tragedies that occur, okay, and so we need to I need to take that into account and kind of helping not just my client but their family as well work through the trauma.
Absolutely. So Miles, thank you for being on the program. Don't go away. Got more to share with everybody here watching Business Leaders on KMPH Fox 26. Every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Join me right here. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Business Leaders. My name is Lance Cardoza, and I want to remind you to watch all the past episodes of Business Leaders by going to businessleaders.tv. And before the episode, we were talking about you were in the 40 under 40 miles. You're one of the honorees over many years here in the Valley. And if you at home know somebody that should be in the 40 under 40 or want to find out more information about the program, go to 40, the letter U, 40.com. That's 40, the letter U, 40.com. And put in your nomination for the 40 under 40. We're talking about family, we're talking about young people, we're talking about people that come into your office and what you're seeing. And like you said, a lot of it can be handled before it gets to that point with good parenting. And a lot of times we don't make all the right decisions, you mentioned. But sometimes as young people, you get out there, or maybe you didn't have that as a youth, and you make the wrong decisions, and you find yourself walking into Attorney at Law Miles Harris's office, Miles A. Harris. And when you walk in, do you find that people are just searching for information? A lot of times they could communicate better in the start of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think right away, oftentimes people come in, and I think they fast forward. Because they're in crisis mode or they're in trauma. So they fast forward to arguing their case like we're in trial. Yeah. Okay?
They ran this through their head.
And they have they've cherry picked all the evidence that's going to win their case. And that's what they're going to share with me that day before I have everything else. So
they're trying to do your job before you can have input.
So we gotta pull them back a little bit. I will tell you this: when I meet with the client off the bat, okay, we have this thing called discovery. That's the police reports and everything. So before they even have a court date, okay, they'll know what their charges are, but we won't have any of the police reports, okay. And then, especially if it's somebody that's in custody. They want those police reports. They want to know what it's saying. But I want the story from them first, unvarnished, before I get those police reports, because I don't want them telling me the story based on what the police said. Yeah. I want them telling me, and then the client and I can go back and correct some things with the police reports, help refresh their memory. But remember this is one thing that people forget, and it's somewhat of a bit of fun I have when officers are on the stand. Yeah. In fairness to them, they've got a job to do. They've got to investigate whatever crime occurred. But remember, okay, 99.9% of the time, they're coming when? After the fact, okay? After the fact. That's part of the investigation part. Okay? Yeah. They weren't there when it occurred. They didn't see this happen or that happen. They came after. So where are they getting their information from?
Well, witnesses, eyewitness, or something like that, right?
Right. And what are the either self-interests or associations that the various people that they're talking to have that affect the version that they're presenting? Yeah. Nevertheless, at the end of the day, it's important to remember that they've got a very important job to do, and we need to allow them to do that. But they're doing their best, just like we are. Yeah. Okay. After the fact, maybe trying to find someone they missed or somebody that didn't talk to them originally, but they're just trying to collect stories. Yeah. Okay. And they may weigh them this way. okay? Whereas we may weigh them this way, okay? And that's important. It's something that you have to remember. But what I want to make sure that we touch on in our limited time today is when somebody gets in trouble, okay? When somebody gets in trouble, kind of what are the key takeaways? What are the key things that they need to do? And the first thing is one of the things that's unfortunate with people being too aware of their rights is wanting to get preachy with law enforcement as to their rights. Okay, never helps you. If you get pulled over and you want to explain to the officer what all your rights are, probably not going to help you. Probably not going to go as smoothly. Okay. If you feel like you have a lot to say, all I would say here is, save it for our meeting. I'll listen to it all. Save it for our meeting. Okay. But when you encounter law enforcement, they're trying to do a job. They're collecting the information, that anything that you deliver to them, and they're interpreting it as to their impressions. If you'd like their impression to go down on the record as to what you'd say, then go ahead. If you'd like my impression of what you're saying to go out down on the record, then save it for when you come and talk to me.
Come talk to the attorney.
Okay? Save it for the attorney. If you are going to go into custody, you're going to go into custody. Okay? And we'll address that. Sometimes when I get late night calls, okay, and somebody thinks I can drive around town and stop 10 police cars outside. Nothing's going to stop 10 police cars, son. I'll come and talk to you in the morning. The important thing is that you keep your wits about you. You don't do anything stupid, okay? You address the situation for what it is, and we'll get to the bottom of it, okay? From a criminal defense standpoint, a big part of our job is always getting the full story, okay? Law enforcement is going to have what they want to paint their story and their conclusion. We want the full story, and the full story is often what your key to defense is.
So a lot of time, and the best advice, and as we wrap up here, is don't be chatty. If you feel you have rights in a situation, the officer's doing their job, and be ears, and they come and talk to your attorney if you feel that it was wrongfully taken care of. But Miles, thank you for being on the program. That's all the time we have, unfortunately. We could talk forever.
And we will.
Tuesdays at 11. Catch me here, Business Leaders at KMPH Fox 26.
Thank you, Lance.
Thank you.